Alrighty. Thank you very much. Thank you. Gecko, the old school gamer, here presenting One and Done Clue. I'm a huge fan of Clue. I have a strategy that I always use when I play Clue. And it almost never fails. Never. Especially when playing, well, I mean, I could play multiple people, but there's a certain way of playing. And now I'm talking about real Clue, the board game, not this video game stuff. One time I was playing with my wife and my mom, and well, for one, right off the bat, they were cheating like a motherfucker. They were showing cards that they shouldn't be showing, and whatever, trying to beat me. And at one point, my wife was like, "Why are you asking to see something you've already seen?" Now, that's part of my strategy. It doesn't matter what I've seen. Or like, I had, let's say I had, Scarlet. And I'm trying to narrow down, let's say, the room. And I have physically Scarlet. She asks for Scarlet. I show her Scarlet. And then I use Scarlet because I know no one else is going to show me Scarlet. So somebody has to show me either the weapon or the room. So sometimes I'll do the weapon and the person, because I know I'm either going to see the room or I'm not going to see the room. And I kind of use this strategy with multiple different things, like, the people or the weapon. So there's a strategic way that I play that I almost always win. And I figured this out young when I was a kid. And I still use that strategy to this day. Now here's the problem. Here's where the Genesis clue comes in, right? Fine, we're getting to it. It's set up in a way and worded in a way that is throwing me off. And I'm like, okay. So what's So I'm still trying to process how it's worded. Mostly, sometimes they'll say she was seen with the rope. Like if they say Scarlet in the lounge with the rope, they'll say Scarlet had the rope. Or you go into the lounge with the rope. Sometimes it'll say the rope was in the kitchen. I'm like, okay. So for this game, you have, again, you have your cards, and I'm gonna write down my cards here, and then I'm gonna try to figure out what they're talking about. I have to write down, the rope was in the kitchen or whatever, and I'm just, and then I tie people to who had what, which I'm assuming is if nothing, if the room, the weapon, or the person is never mentioned in the game, I'm assuming that means they're the ones. So that's just it. I'm going to write down everything as we go along. Now, this is a one and done. I don't know how I'm going to do this as far as ending it quickly. Maybe I'll just play one whole game. I don't know. We'll see. So, here we go. Okay, Mr. Body was found. Miss Scarlet. Was Miss Scarlet the key? She was seen with the rope. What did I just hit? Fuck. Oh. There we go. Okay, here we go. By the way, the scorecard to keep track of your thing is you have a oh wait, maybe I should read this. I'm gonna bring this up real quick. This is your information, your weapon and your people, and then down here is rooms and weapons and people. Like, I'm trying to process how this is laid out, because this is not laid out the same way as the the actual sheet of the actual slip. Okay, so to use your notepad, your detective notepad, which I will not be using, here you are dealt with scarlet knife, lead ball, and dining room. Let me read this here. It says, you were dealt, these are the cards you have: scarlet knife, lead pipe, ballroom, dining room. Cross these all out. Okay, so those are crossed out. During gameplay, you will learn Professor Plum had the knife. Draw a line from each of these, because you already had the knife in your own hand. Now you know Professor Plum could not have been the murderer. You may now X him out if you wish. Next, you learn that the lead pipe was located in the hall. Write the word hall at the right. Oh. Okay. Negative clues. When you are told that Mr. Green does not have the candlestick, fill in the small corner square under his picture. He does not have it. This example also shows that Colonel Mustard did not have the knife or the lead pipe. My God. Professor Plum did not have the candlestick. Miss Scarlet did not have the knife. When you learn that a suspect or weapon was not located in a particular room, draw a line through that person, thing, or room at the bottom of the notepad. The example reveals Mr. Green that neither Mr. Green nor the knife, that pipe revolver, or was in the ballroom at the same at the wait. The example reveals that neither Mr. Green nor the knife, lead pipe, revolver, rope, wrench was in the ballroom at the time of the crime. Since ballroom was one of your own cards, you've eliminated all of these. You also learned that candlestick was not in the billiard room. Neither Miss Peacock nor Scarlet. So, I found a PDF file for this. I've downloaded it onto the computer, and I can print up as many as I want because I'm not going to mark in this one. This one is not marked, but this is not how I play in real life. So they're it's a video game, not note and pad game with video, which is it's not bad. I just have to figure out I don't know if can I print one of these up. I think let me see if I can print one of these up real quick. I probably should have done this before I started. But yeah, let me print this up. Oh my God. If I could figure out how to. Clue notes. How do I print this? Boom. There we go. Just like that. Print. Hopefully I have enough ink. I think I do. So trying to figure out where to draw the lines Let me see if this printed up real quick. 1 second. It is taking its good old time. It uses colors. So yeah, it's using colors. I think I'm finally seeing it come through. Alright. Let me see this again. Okay, because you already had the knife in your card in my own hand, I now know that Professor Plum could not have the knife. During gameplay, you learn that Professor Plum had the knife. Plum could not have been a murderer. I must have seen Plum as a character. Like they probably showed me Plum. A Plum. Clum. You learn, here we go. There, print. Motherfucker. Okay. So, yeah. When you're told, I'm gonna have this open, so I can try to understand the negative clues and the positive clues. To me, any clue is positive. Yeah. So. Come on, print, bitch. I think it's done. This is so different than the board game version of the clue sheet. So up here you have the people, and then you have the weapons, which I'm gonna hand right next to the weapon. And then down here is where they're telling you to mark shit off. And then, because that's where you write Hall off to the side. So it says, where does it say? I read this earlier. You learn that the lead pipe was located in the hall. Right in the word hall at the right. Okay, positive clues. During gameplay, you learn that Professor Plum had the knife. Okay, I hold the knife. So I know Professor Plum could not have been a murderer. I can X him out. I then learn that the lead pipe, which I own, is located in the hall. Our right hall at the end of... Okay, I see. Here's where my finger is. I'll write rooms here. Oh, shit. I'll write rooms in this last box. And then as... Let's see. During gameplay, learn that Professor Plum had the knife. Because you already had the knife in your own hand, you know that Plum could not have been a murderer. Though I know he couldn't use the knife. I don't know. See, all the wording in this is weird. Next, you learn that the lead pipe was located in the hall. Write the word hall over here. Okay, negative clues. When you're told green does not have the candlestick, fill in the small corner. So corner means they do not... Like green, I'll fill in this little corner box. I'm going to write in here, corner does not have. Corner doesn't have. Okay. I can't tell what this is. This is the candlestick. This is the knife. Lead pipe. Revolver. I'll just say gun. Rope. Wrench. Okay. I can see everything else. Alright. So I altered the sheet so I can see what those are. Here's where I'm going to write rooms. The corners doesn't have. Alright, positive clue. I learned Professor Plum had the knife. Draw a line because you already had the knife. Professor Plum could not have been the murderer. Yes, he could have been. Just... Oh. He had the knife. I have the knife. Plum... Okay. 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 Now... Yeah. Ding. That made sense. Okay. Negative clues. Mr. Green does not have the candlestick. Fill in the small corner under his picture to show that he does not have it. This example shows that Colonel Mustard did not have the knife or the lead pipe. Plum did not have the knife. Plum did not have the candlestick. And Miss Scarlet did not have the knife. When you learn that a suspect or weapon that was not located in a particular room, when you learn that a suspect or a weapon was located in a particular room, draw a line through that person or thing. Okay, so when I find out, when you learn that it was not located, okay, not located in room, draw line. Okay. Let's see. The example reveals that Mr. Green, nor the knife, nor the lead paper, was in one of your own cards. You eliminated all of these. You've also learned that Candlestick was not in the billiard room. Neither Miss Peacock or Scarlet was in the conservatory. If you find out later the conservatory was not a scene of the crime, you will know that none of these three charming ladies is a murder. Okay. So, with some of these basic notes, I'm gonna try to beat this game, or play it. This is a one and done. But I have no idea how I'm gonna do this because it's set up so differently than the board, which is not a bad thing. So there we go. Definitely amateur. If I could get it to go, Jesus. We'll do, 3 players. Now, I usually play with 2 people, so it's, used to be with me and my sister. I'm gonna be, 3 players. Plum. Blah, 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 blah. Human, this. All done. Yes. Next player. Computer. So you have to have at least 3 people. So we're just gonna do randomly. Alright, we're starting game. Now, I get to see my cards. Wait. Where's my cards? Okay, so if you're playing another human player here, you would have to say, turn away, don't peek, go in the living room. You'd have to say something because you want to have a look at your cards. Goddamn, once. Am I Miss Peacock? Press A to see card. Okay, mustard. I thought I picked plum. Okay. So here are my cards. Mustard. You do not get to choose what you show them. So in other words, you have 3. If a person guesses, they have 3 guesses. Person, place, thing. And if you have all 3 of those, you can't only show them 1. The computer will automatically tell them what they tell them. Candlestick. Candlestick. Okay. I am going to show you what I've done as far as paperwork. Revolver. This is good. Candlestick. 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 Candle. Oh, wait. Oh shit. I already fucked up. Okay, I see. Fuck. Okay. Hopefully that don't screw me up. Okay. I'll show you what I did wrong. Alright. Let me see the other card. Man, that's touchy. Billiard room. Oh, good. Billiard room. Revolver. Billiard room. Motherfucker. Kitchen. Lead pipe. Alright. So I have kitchen. X. I have billiard room. X. Okay. Lead pipe. X. Revolver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, here's what I've done. Let's go back to this. Boom. So, I've hand wrote my cards here. Okay? I've X'd out the cards I have here. And then the rooms that I have. Now, where I fucked up is as the rooms and weapons are not in there. Wait, are not. Yeah. As the people or weapons are not in the room, I will cross these out. But because I have Colonel Mustard and Billiard, so I will mark his ass out of the room. I have the revolver in that room. That's gone. I have the lead pipe in that room. Colonel Mustard. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with the Oh, the candlestick is gone also, so... Okay. Candlestick. Boom. I've only got mustard. Okay. Mustard. I got the lead pipe. I'm going to show you what I did here. Revolver. Okay. All right. Rooms. Now, let's see here. Okay, okay. I learned that the lead pipe was in the hall. Write the word hall on the right in the spot. Okay. So, weapon location. When I find out a weapon is in a room, I'm going to write that room in this set of rows. Okay? So I find out the candles. Well, I find out, let's say the lead pipe was in a hall. Then I'll write hall here. Now, down here, any items not located in a room, I draw a line through. Now, I started to fuck up by marking this candlestick off because I have it. So what I'm going to do is I put a question mark right there, and I made, like here with the billiard room, I made it really big. So hopefully I know I have that. So that's not in that room. Okay, so here we go. We're going to try this. A lot of work. Holy shit. Okay, so here we go. I'm wondering how the more modern games are as far as clue goes. So I'm going to roll, just so you know. I'm going to try to roll. What the fuck? Roll, bitch. There we go. A. 1. Oh, it always starts off this way. Fuck. What? What? Wait, I'm plum. Did I pick human player for 2? Yeah, Miss Peacock is a human. Shit. Alright. Oh my god. Boom. 6. Alright, we're in the conservatory. So I'm going to accuse Miss Peacock with the rope in the conservatory. Just accusation. Nobody was in the conservatory. What's that mean? Well, how do I do that then? Okay, so I'll pretend this is a computer. So he's in the study. He's gonna say, "Oh, I think Mr. Green was in the blah, 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 let's say knife in the study." Man, this is real sensitive. Study. No weapon was in the study. Well, how do I write that? Okay, I have an idea. No weapon in. I don't know what I'm doing. No weapon in study, or what the fuck? Intern. Now, they can drag you into that room, which I hope they do. It's white. Dining room candlestick. Mrs. White had the candlestick. Mrs. Wheel. Okay, so Mrs. White had the candlestick. Okay, so I draw the line to Mrs. White and candlestick. So Mrs. White was not the murderer. Because I have the candlestick. Ooh, ooh. Alright. I feel it. Okay. Peacock, which I guess I am Peacock, because I already saw our cards. I don't want to cheat and look at plums, although I could do that. Okay. Let's take the secret passage. Boom. Let's bring... Okay, Mrs. White could not have done it. Holy hell, the sensitivity. You see this? Mr. Green. No. Yeah. Let's see. Well, let's bring Plum into the fold. Plum. With the wrench. If I can get it there. There we go. See what it says. Colonel Mustard was in the lounge. So I go to lounge down here and I mark off Colonel Mustard. Make a suggestion. He's already in. No, lounge. Okay, so let's do Colonel Mustard again. No. Damn. They might tell me the same shit. Although, hmm. If I do this, it might tell me the same thing. So Colonel Mustard, but I want to use a different weapon. The rope was in the kitchen. I bet. Yes. Okay. The rope was in the kitchen. I have the kitchen, so obviously. So I know it's not the rope because I have the kitchen. So the rope I can X off. Boom. So it's not the rope. So I'm down to either the knife or the wrench. I'm just going to pre-mark the knife because I know it's not the knife. And I'm going to also pre-mark white because I know it's not white. White. Oh shit. Did I mark off knife? Yeah, I'm... Fuck! Rope. 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 So easy to fuck up. White. 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 Oh shit. Okay. Let me see. I think I fucked up marking this down here. Because I'm assuming that's not going to come up, but I should have left those open so I can find out what room these people were in. Now I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. I think I'm gonna roll. Oh my god. I can't go through? Oh, I didn't want to go that way. Shit. Oh, it's so sensitive. I'm going to let him take the passage. Let's hear something. Oh, nobody was in the conservatory. Say green. Oops. With the knife. I'm gonna rewrite this on my graph paper, and I'll use that as a photocopy. Yeah, nobody was in the conservatory. No weapon. So the conservatory is clean. That's what it looks like. Please me. Please me. Nope. White knife dining room. The knife was in the dining room. Okay. Dining room. Knife. Alright. Good. So, the knife is one of my weapons that I'm assuming. It's either the knife or the wrench. And I think we got to find out who had the knife. Wait. Doesn't have. I didn't get that clue yet. Okay. God damn. Mr. Green. Knife. Dining room. Is that a gun? Okay. Corner doesn't have. Mr. Green had the knife. In the dining room. Not located in the room. Okay. Oh, wait. Weapon location. Knife was in the dining. Oh my god. So many different notes to take. Intern. Okay. Interrogation. Professor Plum's turn. Interrogate. Who did it? Motherfucker. Green. Knife. Knife was in the dining room. The dishes were set in tidy rows across the dining table. Tidy. Mr. Green waited with anticipation. Suddenly, he grabbed the knife. That's an interesting. Okay. It's Professor Plum. He's a human, which should have been a computer. So I'm gonna say green knife. God damn. Dining room. He was tired of being messed with. And hey, what's this? I got friends in high places, buddy. Simple matter of deduction, even a child could have found the solution. Wait! Professor Plum won. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, there we go. What an odd way to win. I didn't even win. I wanted to be Plum, but Peacock accidentally became a human character, and I saw her cards. So that's who I was gonna play as. But I clearly won as Plum by accident. And the thing about this is everybody can see the clues. So the way we always played with multiple people in Clue, the board game, was I only show the one person the cards. And they are the only ones who keep their information secret. So we only show the one person the card, so the other person doesn't see what I'm showing them. And I don't know if that's the proper way to play, because here everybody can see clues, and not everybody can see, my cards. So I'm wondering if we were playing it wrong the entire time back, when I was growing up. But I don't know. They could have changed the rules a little bit. Maybe that's why the wording is so weird in here. And then you got this to figure out. I like this, but it's a lot of work. I'm curious to see what the modern Clue games are like on, let's say, Xbox One. Excuse me, even though that's not that modern right at the moment. But yeah, I like this. This is B. It's a B in my book because I don't mind the work. I grew up in that age where you did have to take notes. I'd still take notes. That's why I got Evernote. So, adios, amigos.